What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan Grove here with Extreme.Outdoorsmen. If you guys are new here to the channel, make sure to go hit that subscribe button for me. Help me at 30,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to put braid on a bait casting reel. I've had braid on this reel right here for maybe 2 or 3 years now. I've had it on for a little while. I've caught so many fish on that, but it's time to retire that braid and put some new fresh braid on this Lew's Mach 2 bait casting reel. I really love this thing. I've caught so many fish on it, like I said, so time to put some new braid on here, and I figured I would just sit down and show you guys how I do it. There's obviously so many different ways you can spool braid on a bait caster, but what I'm going to show you in today's video is what I like to do. It's not exactly what everyone does, but this is my favorite way to put braid on a bait caster. But I really appreciate everyone supporting the channel. My channel's doing really good right now, so I just wanted to sit down and thank each and every one of you for supporting the channel, leaving comments and likes and everything. I always love reading through all the comments and everything, so drop a comment below. Let me know what videos you guys like seeing here on the channel. If you guys like seeing how-to videos, fishing videos, vlogging videos, whatever you guys like to see, drop some comments below. Let me know, but I'm just gonna make this video short and sweet and show you guys how to put braid on a bait casting reel. So first off, guys, you're just going to want to put your bait casting reel on your rod. And I actually just got this rod in the mail a couple days ago, so I'm pretty pumped about it. It's a Guggen Squad muscle rod. I've caught a lot of fish on these rods. They're super nice, but make sure you crank it on tight enough so this thing isn't loose. But next up, you want to get your braid, and wherever, there's usually always a sticker right here that holds the end of it, so take that off and then just pull it and grab some line off and just roll it out just like that. And what you're going to want to do is just feed this line through a couple of your eyelids on the rod. You don't have to put it through all of them when you're spooling your bait caster. It's just easier to put them on the first couple ones, so we're going to do that real quick. So what I like to do, I usually like to feed it through the first 2 eyelids on the rod. So there's the first one, and then there is the second one, and just keep feeding it all the way down to where it gets all the way to the reel. And I usually like to pull a bunch of line out so I know I can get enough line to be able to get it on the reel. But next up, I don't know if you see this hole right here in the bait caster, but you want to stick your line through there just like that. It's pretty simple, guys, if you just think about it, but I just wanted to make a little video showing you guys how to do it. But I don't know if you guys can see on these Lew's bait casters, there's always a bunch of holes in here, and what I like to do is stick my braid through these little tiny holes and just tie a knot, and that really holds that braid super nice on there, so you don't have to put any backing line of fluorocarbon or monofilament. So what I'm gonna do is just stick the line straight through one of those holes and make sure it gets through that last hole back there. There's usually holes on both sides, so I'm gonna stick it through there real quick, and hopefully it goes out just like that. It went out the other side down there, so we're gonna move that up, and just like that, you have your line through the spool right there. So now that you have your braided line through these little holes in the spool, you just want to make an overhand knot, a simple overhand knot, guys. That's what I like to do, just cinch it down just like that. And usually what I like to do, I like to get 2 or 3, maybe even 4 knots just to make sure it's secure on there. I think I'm gonna do 3 or 4 just like that, and just tighten it down as good as you can get. And 20-pound braid is pretty tough, guys. Usually that's what I like to put on all my bait casters, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but now I have the braid on the bait caster. It's super strong on there. If you could yank on it just like that, it's super strong on the spool. And what you want to do, there's going to be a tag line right here, and you just want to grab either some scissors or like a razor blade and just cut it just like that. And now you have your braided line on the spool, and you're just going to want to crank it on now, guys. So like I said, guys, now that you have your braided line on the spool right here super tight, you want to make sure all your spool tensions are tight too, just because you want to crank this braided line on your spool as tight as possible. When you're using braided fishing line, you want to have it super tight so you don't bird's nest or anything, but just making sure everything's tight. And another cool tip when you're putting braid on, when you're just at the house or something, but when I'm out on the boat, I just like to throw my braided line. I like to fill up my live wells and in the boat and just throw it in the water. But since I'm at home, I just throw it in the water just like that, and it's gonna go on your reel super smooth, and it's gonna wet the line so it goes on your BaitCaster super easy, super nice. But just whenever I'm putting the braided line on my BaitCaster, I like to hold the line up here a little ways. Sometimes I like to use a rag. Today I'm just gonna use my hand. Just like that, guys. And now that my braided line is in the water, I'm gonna start cranking it on. And now that it's in the water, it's just gonna spin just like that, super nice. And it's gonna go on your line or your reel super nice. My dad actually showed me that trick a long time ago. Whenever you're spooling any type of braided line, always put it either in your live well or in a little bucket like that full of water. And check that out, guys. See how smooth that braided line is going on my BaitCaster. It is awesome. Make sure to always put your braided line in any type of water. It goes on so much better, guys. That's a really cool tip that my dad showed me a long time ago. But just putting it all the way on, just cranking it on, super nice and neat. Making sure the line's equal throughout the whole spool. It might take a sec, but when you're using these BaitCasters, you want to make sure that there's enough line on your spool. Because if there's not enough line, it won't cast good. It'll cast good, but it just won't cast far. All right, it looks like that's all the line. And my BaitCaster is full with 20-pound Googan Squad braid. As I just got done spooling the braid on the BaitCaster, really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully you guys learned at least one tip for putting braid on a BaitCaster. I'm pretty excited. I'm actually gonna go out fishing tomorrow and test this out. I really appreciate you guys checking out today's video. If you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more fishing videos. I love getting out there on the boat, doing some fishing videos, and maybe here soon I'll do some more how-to videos like today's video. But really appreciate the support, and we will see you in the next one, guys.